Hi, my name is Anna. I am a tarot reader, and if I may, I would like to perform a tarot reading for you. I am in the process of growing my channel. My channel here is I do tarot readings in hopes to reach corners of the world and people to help them feel less alone out here. So if the messages do resonate, if you dig the vibes, if you like my face, if you like anything that you see, just, give a like. If you want to, leave a comment, just to, I don't know, connect with people. I do know. Okay, so let's just go into the reading. So I'm channeling current energy and what to expect. So I feel like the messages that are going to come out in this reading are not necessarily, they necessarily may not resonate now. For some, they might resonate if, you are comfortable with diving into yourself and feeling out your emotions and listening to your intuition, then I feel like it could be pointing you in this direction, or at least letting you know that this energy is soon about to come in. The energy that I'm feeling now is, I want to say it's very, it feels a bit scattered. It feels a bit low. It feels a bit sluggish. It kind of feels like I'm seeing a person that's pushing up against a brick wall, and they've been doing it for 2 straight days. It's and they finally let their arms down. This is the energy that I currently feel now. Now, the energy that I'm picking up on that is coming in, I'm getting it's going to be a period of reflection. Something here about you deciding if something that you may be working on, involved in, if it's worth your effort. Because if it is worth your effort, if you deem your effort necessary for whatever you're involved in, patience is going to be required for this, is mainly what I'm getting. Patience is going to be required for this. I'm also hearing something about a legacy, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So let's go along with this. Yeah, so this could have something to do with your career. So this is some keywords for you and I. So we have career here. This could involve your career in some fashion. Maybe you're thinking about making a change in your career, whether that be moving to a different career, maybe you're just branching out, you're wanting to branch out your career. You're wanting to evolve in some way, shape, or form. Because prosperity, we have prosperity. This is coming in for you because this is what's on your mind, is prosperous. I just heard something about going back to the drawing board, or having to go back to the drawing board. So I feel like there's something here. It's giving me the energy of whatever you're working on. You could have done this before in your past and then stopped doing it. And now Spirit, I feel like, is kind of redirecting you back to the drawing board in this reflection period. Because maybe when you started out something, it was a lot easier when you were doing it one way. Then we kind of changed it up, and now it might be a little bit more difficult. It could be the work that you're doing itself that has changed. If not, then this could be at least maybe when you started this thing, you only really had just maybe 1 or 2 other responsibilities. Now it seems like as you went along, you progressed with whatever this thing that you're working on, whether it be career, even though we see that here, it could be love, it could be any type of relationship, it could be just be with yourself. It doesn't really matter. But it seems like as you progressed along with whatever this thing was, more responsibilities were added onto your plate is what I'm getting. So now it's kind of that necessarily what you're working on didn't change, but your circumstances around it did change. Travel. I see travel at the bottom here. Let's see if we can get one more. Oh my gosh. The cards are handling really weird. Come on. OMG. Goodness. What is going on? I was just shuffling. What's going on? You doing all right? You doing okay? No, that's too much. We just need one. We just need one. One. I just kept doing it, but it came out because mad of them just keep coming out for some reason. This is a lot. But I'm looking at strength, love, and spirit guide. Okay, so what I'm getting with this is that strength is something that doesn't take, I feel like the ring light is distracting. Strength is something that isn't built overnight. Didn't that come up before about Rome wasn't built in a night? Something that requires strength is something that would take time. It would take patience. It would take effort, you know? Like, if you're wanting to be like a bodybuilder and gain like that strength, you're not going to be able to hit the gym and gain all of those big old muscles in just one workout session. It's not going to happen. So I feel like there's something here about like repetition and growing through the changes, because there's different phases I'm getting like through it all, and you're going to have to learn how to adapt to each phase that you come out of and then enter into. And this love that I'm getting right here, I'm feeling like this is more of a self-love for yourself. And I feel like this could be like your spirit guide. We were channeling that earlier, where I was saying that if you are more in touch or in tune to like listening to your intuition and your emotions, I feel like it has been communicating with you this period of reflection that you're going to have. And this is a form of self-love, because when it comes to your time, patience, energy, and effort, you're not just going to want to give it to any and everything. You're going to want to give it to something that is worth it. And that is you practicing a form of self-love and self-care. Now we have beauty that fell out first. So career, prosperity, and beauty. Maybe you could resonate with being like some form of like a makeup artist, like a beautician in some way. I'm also getting a message of like, if you don't resonate with that, then maybe like your career could have to involve with like making people feel like they're abundant, feel like they're wealthy and like spirit, you know? So if it's not that, then maybe you could be like a photographer. I'm getting like wedding shoots. I'm getting like baby shower shoots. Like graduations even, you know, like things like that, where your career may involve like having other people feel abundant and like beautiful in their own way, like you enhancing that, whether it's something internal where they just wake up feeling like this, or it could be something external where you are like a beautician or a makeup artist, or you could be a stylist, or you could be a designer, like a fashion designer of some form like that. And then we have passion at the bottom of yours. Yeah, because this is something that I can see here that you want to do this. Like, I feel like in this period of reflection, you're going to tell yourself that it's worth it. You are going to do it. But there's something here about you. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, like your strength to overcome every obstacle and grow throughout this is not going to be built in a day. This is a legacy that you're working on. Legacy takes time, it takes effort, and you know, it takes patience, right? So we have the Moonology cards as your current energy. I'm seeing a time to give rather than take. Your hard work is paying off and nothing is yet set in stone. This is giving me right here that period of reflection where you're going to be giving back to yourself. You're going to be filling yourself up. I'm getting a lot of self-love. I'm getting a lot of self-care. I'm also getting a lot of maybe like isolation, but this is because you're checking in with yourself, because this is what typically happens during a period of reflection. We need to get in touch with ourselves. We need to get in tune with ourselves. We need to understand where we're at, what our bodies are telling us. That way we know where to go or how we want to at least move. This is what I'm getting. All that work that you're going to be doing, that reflection, is going to pay off. It is, because you're going to realize you could stay here, you could stay there, you can move anywhere. It really doesn't matter. Like if you resonate with being a beautician, maybe you want to not being a beautician anymore and you want to go off and like do it in a different way. You want to make people feel good in a different way. So maybe you go from being a beautician to just like a makeup artist, or just like a photographer or a fashion designer, or I really don't know. The possibilities are endless. But with your overall energy, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. This is like you in this period of reflection, understanding like there's an ebb and a flow. There's a give and a take. There has to be a balance out by how much work you're doing and then how much play that you're doing. You know what I mean? The same thing as there has to be a balance between what you want to act on logically if it aligns with you emotionally. Because you could say that you want to stay where you're at, but if we're saying where you're at makes you feel Sorry about that. The video had cut off. But yeah, if you're telling yourself that you want to go, like you want to stay where you're at, but every time that you go there, like you feel like maybe aggravated, or you feel angsty, or you feel anxiety, you just, every time you go there and you feel like not in good spirits, that's your emotional body telling you, listen, we don't want to be here anymore. Either you don't want to be here anymore, or you don't want to, your body's trying to tell you that it doesn't want to keep showing up the way that it had, the way that you have been. You know what I mean? And then underneath that, we did have expect powerful change, and a fiery climax approaches, and a woman, you're going to do the damn thing. Again, because I think I channeled something similar to this in another reading I posted, where this just mainly feels like a, it just feels like a reminder. This just feels like a reminder, you know, don't get too angsty, don't get too scared, don't get too nervous, don't quit, really don't quit, really don't quit. It's just something here about, it's just a period of reflection. Something else that I feel like that might come out in the reading is that typically after a period of rest or a reflection, you're going to have a lot that comes in, a lot that comes in. That's why, yeah, I feel like periods of rest and reflection is given, because it's like, listen, you keep doing what it is that you're doing. You can keep doing it. That is totally fine. That's totally fine, but it's not going to be easy. It won't be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So like, they give you these periods of rest. So that way, when it's time for you to get back on it or get back to it, you have that energy. You know, you have like your bearings all together. Yeah, exactly. 8 of Pentacles. This definitely involves your career. It has to. It has to involve your career in some way, shape, or form. Whether this is you directly working on your career, or this could be you working on your emotional body when it comes to your career. You know what I mean? Like maybe your career, you don't want it to change. You love what you do, but maybe you hit kind of like a feeling inside where it's like, I love what I do, but for some reason I'm waking up every day and I don't feel like I want to do it. Yeah, it kind of feels like you're not in love with it anymore, even though that you are. So this is just saying like you don't necessarily have to stop what you're doing. You could resonate with wanting to change up what you're doing, change up how you're doing it. Maybe you want to change the environment. I don't know. Maybe if you could resonate with having like clientele, like online. Maybe you want to go from online to in-person. Maybe you want to go to in-person to online. Maybe you want to go to written word to spoken word. I really don't know, but it's something along those lines. And that's why this period of reflection is importante, because your intellect is going to be telling you something. Like, you are a very smart, wise, intelligent person. You are. There's just something here that when your emotions and your logic are out of balance, it's difficult to be able to make decisions. That's why we have balanced spirituality and practicality here at the bottom. Okay. So let's see if we can get like a little bit more clarity or details on this energy here. Okay. I'm looking at the 10 of Wands here. I just heard the fight is almost over. The fight, the struggle is almost over. And this almost feels like you, in a way, like, because I don't want this to come off like rude, but it almost feels like you could be making it like a bit more difficult than what it actually is what I'm hearing. And this is giving me very much like, if your body is weary, if your body is tired, it is okay for you to take a rest. Like, I feel like this is that message I was getting before, where like, that energy feels kind of low and sluggish, but the energy that I'm picking up on is that you're going to have a period of rest that comes in. It feels like this is what this is explaining, that sluggish type of energy that we were picking up on. Yeah, because it feels like with the Knight of Wands, it feels like as if we're doing too much all at once in a lot of different areas or a lot of different places. I feel like this is all the responsibilities that you could be carrying, and you only have enough energy to give like not even half of yourself to it. But then it's never mind. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Okay. Eight of Pentacles. It did come back out. So definitely has to involve your work. And this can mean literal work or work that you are doing on yourself. The World right here. Something is coming to an end. Something is coming to an end. I feel like the energy that you've been putting into something, or how you've been putting a certain energy into something, that is ending. Let's see what else we can get. I'm also getting another message of like, I feel like all these pentacles could be different responsibilities that you have. Come on now with the come on now. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. And I'm only in this spread pulling 5 cards. So with this being the 3rd card, your center energy, I'm telling you, this is that energy we're picking up on that is coming in for you. That period of rest and reflection is coming. And you could already feel it depending on if you know, because it feels like your body, your emotions are telling you like, sis, bro, if you don't sit us the hell down, if you don't sit us down, we're going to explode. Something bad is going to happen if you don't sit us down for like a day or maybe like an hour or two. Like, and when I'm getting the energy, like your emotions are telling you that we mean sit down and rest. Do not move. Do not think. Do not act at all. Truly rest. Get away from whatever is, like, I'm hearing plaguing your mind. Because when we take it from the 10 of Wands to the 8 of Pentacles, this is you like tirelessly, relentlessly putting like stressful type of energy into something that you're working on. And when we saw the Knight of Wands come up, we can see why. Is because you could have a lot of responsibilities and you don't have enough energy where you're at right now to keep giving as much as it actually would require for you to get the results that you would want, that would ignite that would keep igniting that passion within you. Sometimes we can't solely just depend on just like outside or external factors. Like there are times where you are going to have to be responsible for filling yourself back up, for picking yourself back up. That's what we call the self-love and the self-care. This could be checking in with yourself. This could be eating properly, exercising properly, doing things properly. Like if you know that you, like, let's say if you resonate with like being like a beautician or makeup artist, and you know that you have to go do like a whole group, like a whole wedding group at like 7 o'clock the next morning. And if your friends invite you out of nowhere to go out the night before, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. But it feels as if that you are doing things like that, where it might seem a little bit, it just seems like you might be getting your priorities a little bit straightened out here. Thank you, Spirit. That was a long-winded way of getting to that. You are getting your priorities straightened out here, because it seems like not everything may need all of your attention, or as much as attention that you may be giving it now. But your intellect, your mind is going to come into play. You could be seeing a lot of 4s, because we're going from the 4 of Swords to, at the bottom of the deck, the 4 of Wands. I feel like this is you wanting to be stable. So you're having this moment of rest and reflection to understand how we can become stable, how we can like elevate this business or elevate ourselves within this business. Yeah. Let's see what fell out here. Ooh, this is reverse upright. Upright. That's what I thought. 6 of Wands on how to be successful. How to be successful, and honey, boo boo child, you are going to be successful. This is that energy we're getting before. Once you go back to the drawing board, this could involve something that you used to do. You're going to start doing it that way again, or an idea that you may have had back then that you didn't pay any attention to. You're going back to the drawing board, and maybe you're going to start putting energy into that rather than where you have been putting it, or how you have been putting it. It's all going to be dependent on your situation. Okay. All right. And then I'm looking at the star card here at the bottom. Yeah. Like you're just keeping the faith alive. The faith alive. Gotta keep the faith baby. Then we have the Four of Pentacles that's coming out here. Six of Wands to the Four of Pentacles. After the Four of Swords. You know what song I'm hearing? That song by Beyonce. What is she saying? What is she saying in that? Oh, what is that song? She's saying, I'm so unbothered. I'm raising sons, something of empires. Oh my God, this is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I had to look it up, but it's Mood Forever by Beyonce and Jay-Z. And I think it's the chorus where she's saying like, shit, I forgot that. Oh my gosh, I forgot that fast. I'm so sorry. That's embarrassing as hell. That's so embarrassing. Oh, something about like, when I raise my cup up to the skies, there's something about another night I won't remember. I promise this is my mood forever. Treasures on the bezel. This kind of feeling unforgettable. I promise this is my mood forever. Yeah, there's something here about after you ascend or after you graduate or after you get your priorities straightened out, you're kind of just like, this is all that you're holding tight with this is like all the knowledge, all the energy that you're going to be holding with you. It's like these four things are like separate four things that you were standing 10 toes down, you're speaking from your heart, and you know it to be true in your mind is what I'm getting. Once you have, and I feel like the four of these are like main four priorities or responsibilities that you have, that you are putting, you're divvying up your time, energy, efforts, patience all into. And which is going to look different for everybody. Yeah, because then at the bottom here we have the Queen of Wands. Confidently doing what makes you happy, what feels right, but also be willing to, I'm getting to be willing and open to learn as you go, to adapt as you go. Because that message was coming up earlier when we're just channeling about, when you come out of one phase and enter into another, you're always meant to adapt to the changes that you are going through, that you are experiencing. So the Queen of Wands, she like, this type of energy is aware that they're doing this thing because they want to do it, because it brings them joy, brings them happiness. They're confident in their capabilities and their abilities, their skill set, and their talents to do so. But they are aware that as they move along, it's like, okay, how I was doing it when I came in, it's going to have to change because you're ascending or you're no longer where you were at. Your environment may have changed, your energy may have changed, your clientele may have changed. Therefore, there's something different that you may have to do. And it's like Spirit is not asking you to overlearn this in a night. It's kind of like, okay, let's just sit down so we can understand how we're going to tackle this or overcome rather this challenge. And then once it's time, trust me, you'll know when it's time. You're going to pop right back up and be like, okay, that's what it is. Because watch, you're going to go through this again and again and again. But the more that you go through it, with the Eight of Pentacles here, the more you go through it, the easier it becomes to adapt to the changes. Oh, what's that song? What's her name? Tink something with Charlamagne, I think it is. I heard his line where he's saying like, are you aware of the changes that are happening around you? Something like that. Cash flows everything around me. Till the broke boys get around me. Once it comes, it comes. Once it leaves, it leaves. You ain't about that life. You can roll with me. No. But there's one main line that I'm hearing about time. But anyway, that song, I just see 444 on the timer here. That song may be very significant for you as well. How does that go? I'm trying to think. Because I do like that song. It's an older song. I haven't heard it in a while. Cash flows everything around me. Tell them broke boys around me. I get a kick out of doing business and living life. You get a kick out of effing with hella likes. We in a different state of mind. Never heard the word decline. All I think about is time. I need it around the clock. That's what it's called. It's called Around the Clock. That's gonna drive me nuts. But that feels significant. Listen to that song and that Beyonce song. There could be messages in there for you as well. Cool. So let's just get some advice right here so we can close out this reading. All in all, it does seem like a positive reading, because you're getting some much needed R&R, which you do need. It's going to open up some time, some space to give yourself some TLC, which you do need. I see 555 on the timer, because you're going to have big changes that are coming in, because you're ready to have them. You're being prepared for the changes that are about to come in, because you asked for them. Always remember that. You be asking for these changes. It's just that spirit or the divine doesn't move on our time. So by the time that the thing comes in, we done forgot about it, you know? But also, again, why a period of rest and reflection are important, because just because you may have wanted something 5 years ago or 5 months ago doesn't necessarily mean that you would want it now. But like we channeled earlier during this reflection, is whatever it is that you're involved in or working on, is it worth your effort? But, you know, you're going to figure that out. So, Spirit, if we could just get some advice and final message cards here that go along with this spread. I feel like a lot want to come out. Or at least, like, more than two. More than two. One more thing. Wow. Created heaven on earth. It's happening. That took a minute, I'm not gonna lie, to come out. I'm pretty surprised with the advice. Because maybe this is something that you, like, Spirit could be saying that you are already aware of this, because we did channel that, where this reading just feels like a reminder. Like, this is something you're already aware of. It's just a reminder for you of what's going on. See if we can get one more. There you go. Yeah. In this period of, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. Yeah. Yeah. And there's also a level of seriousness that's not within the Queen of Wands energy, is because if they took themselves or their work too serious, then they would always stay where they were at, or they would be afraid to ask for help or to reach out, or, you know, to work with other people. But that's not the Queen of Wands. You know, she's the type of energy where she's confident about it, but she's also confident in the fact that she doesn't know everything. She can't know everything. So she's willing to learn and gain experience from other people, or even inspiration from other people, you know. And then we have, you've been training for this for lifetimes, with the Age of Light at the bottom here. We definitely did channel that earlier when we had said you signed up for this, you know, like you signed up for this, to take this ride, to do whatever this is down here. But you've been training for this for lifetimes. Another message we were getting before about, like, you're going to keep doing this. You're going to keep doing this. This is just something that, a tool that's necessary. It's a life tool. It's a life hack, honestly, that I feel like the divine is trying to give you in this moment of time, is that when things feel a little all over the place, or a little chaotic, and we feel like we can't confidently make a choice, take a step down, sit back, check in with yourself, replenish yourself, take a little R&R, have a little TLC. That way when it's time for you to, when it's time for you to, like, pop back out and, you know, put your good foot down, there you go. There you go. You're going to be bulldozing them. Bulldozing. I am being drawn to grab like affirmations. So let's pull affirmations. I'm also hearing a question. I feel like you might have a question. So we'll pull answer cards too, because I'm just feeling that. So we'll do that. We'll do that rather quickly because this reading is going long and long and long and long and long. And it's just a reminder, sweet cheeks. It's just a reminder, my love. That's all that it is. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, honey, boo boo child. You know what you're doing. It's all right. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And that's okay if you don't know what you're doing. That's okay. That's all right. You gonna figure it out. What did Drake say in that song? We gonna pay some people off. We gonna figure it out. Am my name too big? Am my game too big? No, not that song. Like that song doesn't resonate with this, but like I was just hearing that one part. All right, so let's get some affirmations that may benefit you while going through this period of rest and reflection. And just rest and reflection, it does not feel like you're changing up everything in your life. It just feels like you're changing up one thing. Or you're just getting your priorities straightened out and you realize like, oh, yeah, no, this is a lot more easier. I just had to figure out the priorities. That's all. Oh, another message I was getting before about have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. You could resonate more so with doing a lot of work and no play. And that's also not a balance because we were channeling that earlier. So this could be an advice card for you that it's okay for you to go out and have a little bit of fun. You know, you don't have to work 24/7, 365. We're not machines. And even after time with machines, they need to be upgraded. They need new parts. Because if not, they go out of style or they can't function anymore. Because their abilities are no longer able to meet the demands of like the current energy, you know? Anyway, so some affirmations that you may want to tell yourself throughout this time is one here. I am becoming the best version of myself. Yes. And we were definitely channeling that with the 4 of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands at the bottom. Oh, we have, I am a beautiful soul. I am a beautiful soul. That's gorgeous. One more. Thank you. One more. Yes. And I am proud of my decisions. Be proud of the decisions that you're making. Yes. I'm proud of the decisions that I'm making. So I am becoming the best version of myself. I am a beautiful soul, and I am proud of my decisions. This may help to say them when you wake up every morning, before you go to bed every night, and especially during the times where you're feeling a little, like the energy's a little too chaotic, or, you know, we're not sure which direction we want to move, or what action we want to take, how we want to speak upon something. Just tell yourself, I am becoming the best version of myself. I am a beautiful soul. I am proud of my decisions. And at the bottom, yes. Oh, come on now. I am growing through every experience. As your bottom energy, this is what this whole reading was about. That you are simply growing. That's it. You're just growing, baby. That's all that's happening. Oh, gorgeous. This is so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Oh, you did have a question. I forgot. So, you can just think about the question. Just think about it. Think about the question. In this deck here, I don't take reversals because it just doesn't make any sense to take them. So, yeah, you could just think about your question, and I shall pull an answer card. I'm here to pull 3. So think of one question, right? I will pull 3 of these cards. Then you will, after you think of your question, focus your intention on the question. You just think to yourself numbers 1, 2, or 3. Whatever number that you feel as if like it won't stop, like it won't stop in your mind. Like you think of your question, you set your intention on the question, like this is my question here. Where is my answer? 1, 2, or 3. And depending on your gifts or how you connect, you might hear you might hear a number, you might see a number in your mind's eye, you might just like know it in your brain. So just clear your mind, you know, take like a breath in. You can hold it. As you're holding it, think of your question and then release slowly. And then say to yourself numbers 1, 2, or 3. Okay? Okay. One more shuffle. And here we go. Okay, Spirit. So what is the answer to question number 1? Okay, we had 2 that fell out here. We'll take we have never coming out with why are you asking me? I pray that's a good answer. Like that is a good answer for you. We have never, and like, why are you asking me? This feels like you could, like, you may have asked a question where, like, you already know the answer. And Spirit is aware that you already know the answer. So this might be a question that you've already asked before. All right, but Spirit, what is the answer for question 2? We have no way. No way. Okay. Then Spirit, what is the answer for those that resonate with card 3? Got it. Ask a different question. We got to ask a different question with that one. So, damn, that kind of feels cheap a little bit. I don't like that. I don't know. Okay, so those that did, I feel like that chose card 3. Think of another question. Think of another question. You can always pause this too. Feel free to pause it as you think of a different question, because I'm about to pull a 3rd card, or well, technically a 2nd card for card 3. All right, Spirit. So we're given time for them to ask another question. For those that resonated with card 3. So let's get one. Let's get an answer, if we can, Spirit, for their new question. For those that resonate with card 3. Oh Lord, we're not taking those. There we go. We're gonna take this one. It's a no, is what we got. All right. Well, those are all the messages that I am getting for you all, and I do pray that they have found you oh so very well. If you wanted to know, the bottom it says answer in short, ask again. Yeah. So I hope that the answers did you some justice. Well, anyway, those are all the messages that I am getting for you, lovely folk, and I pray they found you oh so very well, and I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. Bye.